Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV.
It's fucked up that I'd rather get revenge instead of means.
Then rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back. It ended at Santa Monica Boulevard. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died.
On the news and see your son, you screaming no, no. And all them niggas hanging with him, if you know, you know.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a murder-for-hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last night and is being held without bond. This comes only hours after 5 people associated with his music business were also accused and taking part in that murder-for-hire plot. Now, the plot targeted rapper Quando Rondo's cousin, who was killed in 2022. Investigators believe it was retaliation for the earlier murder of Chicago rapper King Von.
Yo, what's up, people? We is back. Another day on Keep It G News. And there we got some news on Lil Durk. Not good news. It seemed like everything that's been coming out about Lil Durk either been lies or just bad news in general. And the last bad news we got, at least for some people, is that Lil Durk is facing a murder for hire. You know, life in prison is on the table. And they got cooperators. You know, that's not always good. Well, I don't think that's ever good in a criminal case when you got cooperators, especially a cooperator that allegedly was involved in the hit. Now, I don't know if he was involved in the planning. But from what we know, this alleged co-conspirator was involved in the murder or in the attempt murder on Quando Rondo life will ultimately end up killing Lil Pad. Now, today we got some news. Been a lot of fake news going on around Durk, but I told y'all, and see to my man Alvin for sending me this, but I told y'all when it's some real news involving Durk, I'ma tell it. And this is involving the whole situation, the whole murder for hire plot. Lil Pub family is suing Durk. Now, this is the second lawsuit that came out on Durk. I think this lawsuit has more legs than a lawsuit that Mama Duck filed, but basically what they're saying is wrongful death. Benzo Durk is charged. He haven't been found guilty yet, but he is charged. I think they may should have waited until the trial was over, but hey, it's good to, I guess, get things rolling. But if Durk is found guilty on this case, it definitely strengthens the chances that Lil Pod family is going to get a payday. Now, I know there's no way you can substitute a person's life for payment, but at least this would, you know, provide them some level of security. I don't know how much Durk is worth. I don't know how much liquid cash he got, but I'm sure whatever he got, this family is coming forward, especially if he gets found guilty. This is one of the ills of having money and still want to play a gangster role. You know, it's different when you broke and thugging. People ain't really got nothing to come after you for, but when you got a lot of money and you choose to involve yourself in criminal activity, there's going to be people that use that against you, and they're going to come after that money, and they're going to come after it vigorously. But I want to know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Like I said, I think they may have should have waited, but I understand getting the ball rolling now. So you probably can wrap this case up as around the same time as the criminal case wraps up. And I think Durk is scheduled to go to trial in October. I don't know if it's going to be postponed or not. We haven't really been getting too much news on Durk's whole situation. I think the last thing we heard, it was we had the motion filed by Vonnie where a lot of people thought he was on PC, but that really was just a protection order on the evidence, which means that we want the evidence from the prosecution, and we're not going to release it to our clients. Anytime they view this evidence, it's going to be under the direction or under the eyes of the prosecution or the defense team or any third party that both sides choose that can also view this information. Then we had the news with Diddy. You know, a lot of people was thinking Diddy was ratting and all these other things because a lot of people just don't understand law. But news came out on Diddy that Diddy wanted his pre-sentence investigation or a pre-sentence report, basically saying that we want to know, in case plea deals ever come into play, based off my client's criminal history, where would he be? Where would be his sentencing guidelines? How much time would he be facing if he was to cop out? That's not saying he's gonna cop out, because I think at this point they didn't even get discovery at that time when they filed those motions. Now I'm sure they probably more further along in the case now. But a lot of those documents got mischaracterized and misrepresented by people on social media that don't understand paperwork. So you gotta be very careful who you get this type of news from, because you could be being misled. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Like I said, I think this lawsuit has more ground than Mama Duck lawsuit, because Durk is directly implicated. Durk is not really implicated in the death for FBG Duck. I think in that lawsuit, she just saying that Durk used his death to monetize, but that's the whole drill movement. FBG Duck did the same thing. Now, that probably don't matter, you know, on a legal or civil aspect. I'm just saying. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's another day, QBG News, and I'm out.